Okay. Just there we go. Perfect. Wait, hold up. Oh, there. That's better. Now I can read the whole chat. I don't know why, but when I start up OBS, my chat always starts off like this. So I gotta like pull the thing to the side a little bit to expand it, so it doesn't crush all the messages together. Very hard to read that. Okay, just gotta make sure we're cooking right here. Okay, I think we're doing pretty well. Looks like it. Okay, just got to. I want to actually see if I can get a clearer image from my background. I thought my background was good enough, but of course, it's a little. I thought about using this one right here. I'm gonna pull this one up in a second. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. I don't think. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. There we go. Let's see if this works. There you are. Okay, I was looking for you, little bugger. All right. I think we're ready to go. I am. Are you? Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my first of 2 college basketball live streams for you guys tonight. Got an action-packed night ahead. And we started off with an absolute banger as the St. John's Red Storm face off against the Kansas Jayhawks. Yeah. St. John's, they've had a good little run these last couple years under Rick Pitino. Of course, unfortunately, in Rick's first year, they didn't make the tournament. But they did go 20-13. But the last 2 years, they've been great. 31-5 last year, 29-6 this year, and they're right back where they lost last year, the second round of the tournament. They were a 2 seed last year. They're a 5 this year. But yeah, they haven't really had a whole lot of success since like the early 2000s. Really had a couple years like in 2010, 2011. In fact, they've only made it out of the second round one time since what, 2000? Jeez, I don't even know. Maybe since 2000. Yeah, that was when they made it all the way. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's his first 4. My mind cannot comprehend what is being said on my screen. Haven't made it out of the freaking past second round. God, since 98, 99. Ugh. When they went to the regional final. They've been second rounded a couple times, first rounded a couple times. They lost in the first 4 in 2018-19 in Chris Mullen's last year. And then Mike Anderson goes there. They were kind of didn't make it at all. His entire tenure there. Rick Pitino comes in, misses it the first year, and then the last 2 years they've made it. So, yeah. Now, on the flip side, you go to Kansas, and it's literally like the exact opposite. Kansas has made it to the tournament damn near every year under Bill Self, except for the year where there wasn't even a freaking tournament. That's the only year they did not make it because of the freaking illness. They were a 1 seed. They would probably been a 1 seed. You know what's even more insane? Since Bill Self has been there, the lowest seed they had was a 7 last year. They were a number 1 seed several times, a 2, a 3, a 4, never a 5 or a 6, but a 7. Last year was the lowest seed that they had, and they lost in the first round. Tough. In fact, even when Roy Williams was there, they never really missed the tournament except for 88, 89. 88, 89. Oh my God. Dude, they've had 3 coaches span, it's like, I don't even know how many years. What, since 1983, 84, all the way up to this year. They've only missed a tournament technically once because there wasn't a tournament in 2019, 2020 because of obvious reasons. They've only missed a tournament one freaking time since freaking Roy Williams took over. And in that time frame, the lowest seed was an 8. That was Roy Williams. Oh my God, dude. I think Bill Self is going to retire soon, isn't he? Didn't I hear something about him retiring soon? If not like this year or something? Man, it's going to be weird when he does, though. Holy crap. Not seeing Bill Self on the freaking sideline. You know, it's like, damn. Is Kansas going to be able to keep it up when he retires? Because if you think about it, he's been there since 03, 04. That's what you call a level of dominance that's a Coach K level of dominance right there. God. Missing the tournament one time, and he never technically they've never missed a tournament under Bill Self because there was no tournament to miss in 2019, 2020. It's freaking nuts. And it would have been a 1 seed probably that year too. That's insane. That is insane. What's the roster look like that year? I'm curious now. I'm not even talking about the game at this moment. I'm just talking about this team. Wow, I gotta see what their roster was. Okay, so that team had Devon Dotson, Udoka Ezebike, Ochai Agbaji, Isaiah Moss, David McCormick, Christian Braun. Hey, Tristan Enaruna. He's on the Cavs now. And then that's really it in terms of NBA level players. Jalen Wilson. Yeah, he's in the NBA now, I believe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. Because it has like a little thing on there. Marcus Garrett. Who? I know Dotson, I think, is in the NBA. He's an NBA level player. Yeah. Christian Braun, of course, he's definitely an NBA player. He's one of the most underrated players out there. I think he's got a big fat contract too. He's really good with Denver. I think Jalen Wilson, isn't he on the Nets now? I'm pretty sure he is. So that team was pretty good. They would have made some noise in the tournament had there been a tournament. But yeah, St. John's, you know, they're back in the tournament. And of course, in their first round matchup, they took down Northern Iowa pretty convincingly. Kansas had a little trouble with Cal Baptist. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, they had a little bit of trouble. And they beat them by 8. So winner of this game will face Duke next round. Now, looking at this game, St. John's is a 3.5 point favorite. The over-under 144.5. Moneyline minus 175 for St. John's and plus 145 for the Kansas Jayhawks. Leading scorers, rebounders, and assist getters for each team. Of course, Ejiofor leads the Storm in all 3 categories. 16.3 points per game on 55% from the field, 72% from the line. So really good. He also has 4 defensive boards and 3 offensive boards per game. So about 7.3 rebounds. And then 3.5 assists per game. 2.5 turnovers in about 30 minutes per game. For the Jayhawks, White leads in points with about 14 points. Badunga, 9 rebounds. And then Council, about 5 assists. Notice no Darren Peterson because he's had some injury issues and stuff and a lot of turmoil around him. But he's playing, and I expect him to be a key factor in this game. Last 5, St. John's on a nice little win streak. You know, they have dominated the Big 12. And Kansas, they're 3-2 in their last 5. They lost to Houston in the Big 12 tournament. They got smacked, actually. Holy crap. And then they lost to Arizona State as well by 10. I mean, you know, St. John's is that team when they went out and smoked Connecticut, UConn. They kicked their butt. They kicked their butt. Their last loss came to UConn almost a full month ago. And they got smoked. Oh my God. UConn smoked them straight up. Rolled them up. They crushed them real good. Rolled them up and smoked them. 72-40. Huh? Now, back, was it in January? No, February 6th. St. John's beat UConn. So I guess you could say, you know, UConn took that personally. And they proceeded to put the belt on them. And then UConn faced them a third time, and St. John's beat them. So, yeah. This should be a very interesting game. Let's just say that for real. I am excited for this one, as there is Bill Self. Of course, both coaches. Rick Pitino, legend in his own right. Bill Self, obviously. Two legendary coaches. Should be a good game. I'm excited. And again, the winner of this game faces Duke in what has turned out to be a gauntlet of an East region. We got Tom Izzo already in the Sweet 16. We got Duke already in the Sweet 16. We're gonna get either UCLA or UConn, so Mick Cronin, or the crash out king himself, Dan Hurley, in the Sweet 16, and then either Pitino or Self in the 16 as well. God, Duke and Kansas would go hard. Yeah, good. And yes, I will be live for that UCLA UConn game tonight. I don't know if it's gonna. Hopefully, it doesn't run to. Hopefully, this game doesn't run into that game. That'd be kind of a bummer if I have to stream this game and then cut to that game in progress. But if I have to, I will. What's up, Fred? What's going on, buddy? What's going on, buddy? Huh? What's going on with you, huh? First of 2 games today. And then no games until, I believe, the 26th. That is when the Sweet 16 gets underway. The 26th and 27th. And depending on the time, I might do 1 game. Maybe 2. I'm going to probably try and do 1 game a day because I know the Cavs play the 27th against Miami. They don't play the 26th, though. So I'm going to do maybe 1 game on the 26th, possibly 1 game on the 27th, and then we'll go from there. Now, as far as the Natty goes, because the Cavs play on that day as well against the Grizzlies, we'll see where the Cavs are in that time. But there's a chance that, depending on the national championship game, I might do the Natty instead of the Cavs game. Just saying. Depending on the matchup. Like, if we get a juicy matchup, like, let's say, God, I don't even know. Let's say it's Team Up North versus Duke. I might have to do it. Right? But if it's something small, I'm probably not going to worry about it. But if we get a school that hasn't won a Natty before, which I don't know how many of those are even still out there, but I might have to do that. But there's really no like super Cinderellas out there. I know the lowest seed is Texas, but they're actually pretty good. Cody McMahon. Why is she on the bench? Wait, what? Why was Cody McMahon on the bench for Ole Miss? Huh. Oh. You know, Sports Theory needs to read up on Cody McMahon. She's a dog. She's a dog, yeah. She was a baller at Ohio State, and she's going to be a baller in the NBA and the WNBA. I know that for a fact. I thought she was going to be like the female version of freaking Bruce, not Dip, but she wanted to get a better chance, and yeah, good for her. So, sunny San Diego, California, as they're getting ready for Red Storm versus Jayhawks. This should be a good one. I'm going to change my background here. I got a better one. So, because this one's a little blurry. I'm going to see if this one's less blurry. Kevin Harlan on the call. Oh, yeah, this would be a fun one. Oh, we're going to have some fun. Yay. Oh, we're about to have some fun. You know, when Kevin Harlan's on the call, you know it's about to be a banger. Especially if we get a freaking firefight between these teams. So you have Zuby Ejiofor versus Darren Peterson. A senior versus a freshman. Big East Player of the Year versus Peterson, most points per game all time by a Kansas freshman. 20 points per game, 44% from the field, 38.2 three-pointer field goal percentage for Darren. We're going to switch up this freaking background here real quick. Because this one's a little blurry. Honestly, but I'm being told I need to move my location. So we're gonna move with the camera people. I'm sitting with the camera people. So it's Dylan Starling, Oziah Sellers, Bryce Hopkins, Dylan Mitchell, and Zuby Ejiofor for St. John's, Trey White, Counselor Jr., Peterson, Tiller, and Badunga for Kansas. Badunga. Bryce Hopkins, former Providence Friar. I remember I saw a game a few weeks ago, like at the end of the season, before the tournaments started. St. John's was in Providence, right? And there was a big ass brawl. Hey, yo, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Walking in a straight line. What's going to be funniest, I'm going to have people in the chat once again saying, dude, fix the quality, bro. It's not even on me. It's OBS. I literally have to run it on a lower quality so y'all can actually have a stream to watch because my internet is slow out here. I am powerless to fix that. It's not my thing. And the tip is up, and it's won by the Storm. And we're underway from San Diego, the Viejas Arena, home of I believe this is where the Aztecs play. Yep, I can see the logo up in the top right of the court. Here's this Ejiofor. Kick it out. Deep three is good. That's how they started off. Oh, of course, they don't have the box score up. Oh, there it is. Okay. That was Bryce Hopkins, of all people, of course. Floater is up and missed. Brought down. Here comes the... Oh, almost lost it. And it did go out of bounds. Okay. So that was Darling who had it. These jerseys are going to make it tough for me on St. John's. Blue numbers with red jerseys. Wow. Run to start the game. 13, 10, 8, and 9. So St. John's is a team that likes to get out to runs. Here's Kansas. Council. Keep an eye on big man Badunga. Here's Peterson, the freshman. Here's the three. It's good. Darren Peterson. Ohio State was heavily in on him, but of course he went to Kansas. Of course. All right, here is St. John's. Red jerseys, red shorts. Kansas in their whites. Here's Darling, I believe. Can't see these damn numbers. Drive up and missed it off the front. That was Mitchell. He went to steal. Ejiofor. Watch out for Peterson. Nice pass up, and he missed the freaking layup. Oh no, three. Melvin Council had the rebound. Peterson makes a three. Dude, this Peterson kid, man, I wish he was a Buckeye, man. It would have been showtime. Deep three the other way. Missed. Brought down with ease. Ejiofor missed the three ball. Tiller with the rebound. Here's a rebound. Goes up and in. Badunga up and missed it. Badunga, that's a big dude. Big boy. Deep three. Got it. Bryce Hopkins, the former Friar. Back the other way. Up top. Up. He stepped out. Give it back to Kansas. Give it back to St. John's. Yeah, these jerseys for St. John's are gonna make it so difficult to know who's who. Can't see the numbers, especially from where the camera is. Thanks a lot, St. John's. Couldn't have white numbers. Here's a three. Got it for, I think that's Mitchell. No, it's Sellers. Hosea Sellers. Zuby with the assist. This is going to be tough. Oh my God. Only one I know for sure is Ejiofor because he's a big ass dude. It's like, of course. And Mitchell. Well, no, not Mitchell. Hopkins. Yeah, Bryce. Yeah. See Peterson right there on the wing side. Step back. Pull up is short. Brought down. Here comes the Storm. Back in town. And he got blocked. Badunga blocked him. I think this is Tiller. And a steal. 2-on-1. Up, and he got it. Yeah, Council turned it over. Mitchell with the steal. And the layup. Up top. Boom, got blocked the other way. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Kansas. TV timeout. St. John's on an 8-0 run. Dylan Mitchell blocked it. Mitchell number 1. Ejiofor 24. Hopkins is 23. Darling 0. And Sellers is 4. Of course, I can barely see the numbers, so I wouldn't even know. Of course, they have black numbers with freaking white out. Hard to see it. Ah, gotta love it, right? 11-6 start for the Storm. It is hot as hell in here. Straight up. Oh well. Gotta love it though. So the only other games that have happened so far today, Kentucky lost to Iowa State and Purdue took down Miami. Coming up in about 40-ish minutes, you'll have Tennessee, Virginia. At 7:10 will be Iowa, Florida. And then 7:50, Utah State and Arizona. And then at 8:45, of course, I'm doing the Crash Out Classic, as I call it. UCLA and Connecticut. Mick Cronin, Dan Hurley. And then wrapping it all up, 9:45 tonight, Texas Tech and Alabama. And of course, as you see, I've still got the cast on. Only a couple more days, hopefully, of this thing being on, and then I think Tuesday, I'll be hopefully getting it off. And I'm telling you right now, it's gonna feel weird not having this thing on my arm anymore. I hope that's the case. I hope I can get this thing taken off. And then I can just, proceed to strengthen up my arm. Ooh. Ooh. So, like, there might be a time during the stream where you see me just, working with, like, a stress ball or something. That's what I need. I need a stress ball. You just see me, tossing it up, juggling it and, just tossing it up in the air. And, when I get pissed, I just squeeze the hell out of it. Already going on almost to the Sweet 16. Can you guys believe how fast this tournament goes? It goes by so quick. Before you know it, it'll be the Elite 8. and then Final Four. Now, as far as I'm concerned, for the Elite Eight and Final Four, I'm going to try and do every game. Might not be possible, though, because the Cavs are vibing right now. But I might do those games depending on the matchups. We'll see, though. The plan is I'm going to do, hopefully, the entire Final Four. So, see inbound on the side. Goes up to Badunga, who lost it immediately. Back comes the Red Storm. Kicks it out. These numbers are so bad. I can't even see who's who. I see number 1 right there. All right. There's Badunga. 3-ball! They missed it completely. Darling just whiffed horribly. Zubi Ejiofor, number 24. Of course, biggest player of the year, biggest defensive player of the year, and tournament player of the year. Here comes the Jayhawks. And we have a whistle. Follows on Dylan Mitchell, his first. They're playing, of course, in the Viejas Arena on San Diego State campus. Inbound on the baseline. Gets, tipped out of bounds. Try it again. Ian Jackson is in for St. John's for Dylan Darling. Number 11, Jackson. I was going to say, if this dude's name was Isaiah, I'd be like, dude, Steele Jackson, you're literally everywhere, bro. What the hell? Everybody got... And another one out of bounds. There's Coach Patino. And, of course, there's Coach Bill Self. Here's the pass up top. Here's a 3 by Peterson. Missed it. Back comes the Storm. Pass up top. Missed the 3. And a foul. Away from the play. Bryce Hopkins missed a 3-ball. Missed first 6 field goal attempts to start game against Baptist. Made 7 of next 9. 0 field goals in the last 4 minutes. Had 28 points for Darren Peterson. Sellers is back in for St. John's for Sannon. Sannon. No, I'm sorry. Sellers is coming out. Josan Sannon checking in. There's Jackson. Ended up on the ground. Fouls on Badunga. Big number 40, Badunga. Oh, excuse me. Sannon's number 3. Tree. Yeah, there's big old Badunga. Oh. There's the inbound on the baseline. Kicks it out. 3-ball is an air, or it's a brick. Rebounded. Re-rack it. Tries it. Passes it up top. And we have another whistle. These numbers are... Dude, I wish they had white numbers, bro. I can't freaking see who it is. From where the camera angle is, it's hard as hell to see who's who. Number-wise. 3-ball. And missed again. Try another one. And one goes down for Jackson. I'm sorry, that's Sannon. See what I mean? Oh, no, that's Sannon missed it. Jackson got it and then made the 3. Okay. Freaking ESPN's rundown thing is slow. Oh, my God. We got a timeout. St. John's on an 11-0 run. This is what they do. They go on runs. Yeah, this is going to be tough. Holy crap. The only one I can for sure say is who it is Ejiofor. Because he's a big ass dude. He's easy to pick out of a crowd like that. Obviously, the easiest one I did was Ohio State because that was my team. I watched that team all year. Like, I know who's who. This is kind of like a flashback to the last couple years. Like, when I would have to figure out who's who based off of like features, shoe color, hairstyle, stuff like that. While I memorized the roster. So we got a timeout here. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy listening to me try to figure out who's who on each team. A lot of times I won't even really just try. I'll just wait and see who it is on ESPN, and then I'll be like, oh, that shot was from this guy or that guy. Oh, it won't be the last Kansas or St. John's game I do. Obviously. Next game for them will be against Duke. Man, if we end up getting Ham Boozer versus Darren Peterson, ooh. Yes, please. Winner gets to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft coming up. Damn crazy. Ooh, ooh, she calls me crazy. And don't worry, guys, I got me a bottle of water right here, too. I have to get me a fresher one, though. Can't really be a fresher one this time out. That one's been in here for a while. So there's the Jayhawks. I see if they would have worn those jerseys, that would have been fine. The Jayhawks talking to Jackson from earlier. So a Jayhawks on the bench to start this possession. As Ruben Prey, what the hell, checked in. I'm trying to say he's sub and checked in at the same time. I get chubbed in. What? Here's Council. No drive. The floater is not even close, and the dunk almost goes down, but he's fouled. Fouls on. Council missed the shot. I think that was that Prey that almost threw it down on it. Oh, Paul Mbaya with the rebound. Mbaya. God, okay. Miss first free throw. Fouls on Hopkins. His first. One more free throw coming up for Mbaya. Kind of looks like a great value Zion in the face. St. John's banned. What the hell is that ginormous mascot? That's the Red Storm, I guess. That's interesting. Misses the second free throw. 7-point lead for St. John's. Drive. Ooh, he wanted to yam it down, but he got fouled in the process. He cocked it all the way back, ready to just boom on a dude, but he got fouled. And he wanted to boom on a dude. Foul was on Trey White. Dylan Mitchell shooting 2. Misses the first. Got one more coming up. It's Mitchell, Hopkins, Prey, Sannon, and Jackson on the floor for St. John's. Free throw number 2 is way off the side. Oh, that was ugly. Wow. Back comes Kansas. Pass up top. Peterson drives, goes right to the rack, misses the shot. Here comes St. John's. Drives, stop, nice pass. Lost the ball. It just bounced out of his grasp. Here comes Kansas. Pushing it up. Kicks it out. Deep three. Missed it. And back comes St. John's. Pass. Open three. Missed another. And then it goes out of bounds back to Kansas. Yeah, there's Prey, number 17. Got the looking braidish. Got the braid hairstyle going. Excuse me. Yeah. Wolverines move on to Sweet 16. 9 straight wins in second round. Damn, that's crazy. Dylan Mitchell back in for St. John's. For Zubi, and Zubi Ejiofor returns as well. And ball goes out of bounds back to St. John's. Trey White being lackadaisical. Not being able to bring it in. Bad pass by Trey. It's Ejiofor, Hopkins, Prey, Sannon, and Jackson for St. John's. 1 for 4 from inside the arc, 4 for 10 for St. John's. Kansas hasn't made a 2-pointer, obviously. Drive, floater, good. Dylan Mitchell back in for Hopkins, by the way, and Zuby makes a little 12-footer. 16-7, St. John's. Peterson goes right up, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's the only one that has really scored anything, outside the arc. They haven't been able to score at all so far here. Except for a free throw and 2 threes. Chance for Darren Peterson to get him going again. Fouls on Sannon. His first. Free throw missed. There's a look at that band. Free throw's good. Splits the pair. Hospitalized in preseason. Damn. That's tough for Darren. All right, here's oh wow. Oh, Marco Jackson's in for Kansas too, by the way. Didn't mention that earlier. Oh my god, that was a horrible shot. And it stayed in bounds. Chance for Kansas. Benny, it's the dunk. Oh my god, these guys can't make right now. Holy crap. 3! Missed again. How do you flub a wide open dunk like that, you freaking scrub Jackson? Come on, bro. Dang, man. You flub a wide open dunk? Man. Lob is tipped around. Fought for. Saved. Goes inside. Got him in the air. Funky shot. What the hell? Got dudes flying all over the place. Council missed the layup. The jumper. Oh, dude falling over. Kick out. 3 is missed. This is like toon basketball here. My God. 3! Missed again. Holy crap. Got basketball going on here. And another miss. And another miss. And another miss. And another miss. Doink, 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 doink. You play Benny Hill over these highlights. My God. Drunk basketball. Turnaround jumper. And another miss. And another miss. And another miss. Oh. Drive. Goes up. And another miss. Oh, God. We got a breakaway. And, there you go. About time you put one down. Marco Jackson just throws it down with pure anger. It's like when you're trying to throw something out and it just won't go down, so you just take it and you just slam it down in the trash can. That's what he did. Kick out to the corner. Up top. Defense, double team. Threes. Missed. Bray tried to reach up and get it. Couldn't get to it. Here's a drive. Kick out. Nope. Fakes it. Tiller. Looking inside. Spin. Goes up. Missed it. Oh my God. Holy sh! Man, these guys are ass. They're drunk. What were they doing last night? Hey, yay, man. Never seen this bad basketball before. So many misses. Goes inside to Prey. Back outside. Threes. Way off. Oh my God. Mitchell, what the hell was that? Goes up, almost blocked. And he made a basket. Holy shnikes. Dude, freaking. Oh, he's calling timeout. I was like, what the hell is freaking Patino doing? He was like almost on the court. He was like halfway on the court, damn near. God, that was what I call basketball, man. My God. That's the tape they show you not what not to do. How to get your ass blown out in a basketball game. Because you play like that and another team is hitting, you're down by 30 before you even know it. That wouldn't have me pulling my hair out. I would be bald by the time the game's over if I was a coach watching that. Holy crap. It was so bad. Dude had a wide open breakaway dunk and he flubbed it. What kind of balls do they use for these games? Jeez. Makes me wonder, are their balls like overinflated? Hey, yo. Oh, your balls are overinflated. Oh. That's funny. Josh Winder is closing. Winder is closing on a short-term loan to Columbus. I'd be down with that. Let's go. I just see Satal's making moves this year. Too bad the team stinks. But he's trying to, fix stuff. Benfica. Short-term loan. He'll probably hang around this year and then go back and look maybe elsewhere after the season. They need to do something. Damn. Montreal. But yeah, shout out to everybody maybe watching for a second or two, just keeping an eye on things. We're rolling over here though. We're rolling. I'm just having fun. I'm just here to have some fun. I'm not claiming to be a professional streamer, by the way. I never have claimed to be. I'm not trying to be like a professional. I'm just here to have a good day, have a good time. Have a good time. Sit here, watch a game, call some ball, maybe laugh a little, joke around, maybe troll a bit, depending on if anybody comes in here trying to get at me, and I don't usually troll a lot of my streams. So Bryce Hopkins is back in for St. John's with Isaiah Sellers. Mitchell, Ejiofor, Hopkins, Darling, and Sellers for St. John's. And then for Kansas, it'll be Badunga, Council, Peterson, Mbaya, and Jackson. Keep an eye on Sellers. There's Sellers up top. Turnaround jumper is missed. Brought down by Badunga. All right, here's Kansas up top. 16-12, St. John's. Here's Peterson. Getting doubled. Up top, this is Council, I believe, right? Looks like it. Kicks it out. Badunga! Got it for 2. Silky smooth. Silky smooth jumper from the free throw line. From near inside the circle. Pass across the other side. Goes inside. Kick out. Drive inside. He's like probing it. Pull up for 2. Is missed. Mbaya with the rebound. And we got a foul. You know what? I think I'm going to make a change. I'm going to see something real quick. I'm going to see something real quick when it comes to my scoreboard. As we have foul on Isaiah Sellers. I might switch over to CBS, guys, because the problem with ESPN's scoreboard is they fixed it to where you can't see both starting fives at the same time. Because, of course, they don't put them on the top. That's what they should do. Put the starting fives at the top, like side by side. That would be cool, like underneath where the scoreboard is. That would be sick. That would be cool, actually. That would actually be dope. So if anyone from ESPN is watching, which I doubt they are, we should do that. Like, next update, put the starting five, or like who's on the floor, under the scoreboard. With like the points and everything, you know? Somehow find a way to do that. Only problem with CBS is it doesn't tell you the number. That's the only problem I have with CBS's scoreboard. Box score. It doesn't tell you the number. But it's especially for St. John's. Because with Kansas, I can pretty much determine who's who. I mean, Badunga and Mbaya are 2 massive human beings. Peterson's number 22. Duh. And then Jackson, I think he's like, what, 14? He's like the only other guy that I probably would not recognize out there. So I'll keep ESPN up there. As these guys can see, I'm hanging out with the camera guys. I have been relegated to hanging out with the camera guys up here. I'm practically in the rafters. Yeah. Just not realized it says second round on the score on the court out there. I just realized. I think this is an old picture. I think it says like what's it, Auburn and Clemson on the scoreboard. Oh yeah, it's Auburn and Clemson on the scoreboard. That's funny. Luka to be suspended from Monday's game versus Detroit. Oh no, they rescinded his thing. Wow. Okay. All right. I'll just probably do what I was doing earlier. So you got Badunga, Council. Yeah, Council's 14. And then Jackson's 13. All right. Yeah. Council's easy to see because, you know, you can see the Counselor Jr. on his, or Counselor 4th on his jersey. 13 is Jackson. Both teams having trouble scoring, as you can tell by the score. 7 points off turnovers, 2 turnovers for St. John's. Pretty offense here. If you like offense, this is not the game for you. Rick Pitino. He's been doing it for a long time, mainly with Louisville. It'd be easy if I could see the damn numbers, but of course they got black numbers on a red jersey. Like, are they serious right now? They couldn't do white numbers? Why black numbers? Like, come on. Had to make the numbers as illegible as possible. Are we serious right now? Here's Peterson. He'll give it off. Council. Jackson. Jackson from the inside the free throw line. Go. Are we getting ourselves a tie game? Oh no, a 2-point game. Tie game. Tie game. Wow. 9-0 run for Kansas. There's a pass up top. Barling. Kicks it out. Open three. Oh, it goes down and the foul. Underneath. I believe they're going to count the basket, right? Well, ESPN did. Not sure they're going to count it. It says, as of right now, Bryce Hopkins did make the three. Bryce Hopkins is like a bigger dude, so, okay. I believe they do count the shot. No? Oh, they did not. Oh, they did count it. Okay. Three in the corner is missed. Rebounded by St. John's. That's weird. I thought he would have got like an and one. But I guess not. That's a weird situation. Darling for three is missed. Russell down. Mbaya. I'm a 40s Badunga. 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 Mbaya. Peterson. Peterson against Darling. Goes out. Nice pass to Council for three. Missed it. Put back. Put in the foul. Mbaya. 19-18. Free throw, I believe, coming. Yeah, gets the board, puts it back, gets the foul. And one. 3 points on 5 boards for Paul Mbaya. Free throw is missed. Brought down. Left terrace. Oh my God, Leotopoulos. Oh, hell no. Goes up. Mbaya, but it's freaking, no, it's Badunga. Blocked by Badunga, and they're going to call a whistle. Holy Nikes, man. Bob Knight, Denny Crum, head coaches with 2+ titles. Dean Smith, Denny Crum, and then Rick versus Bill Self. Wow. Fouls on Mbaya. Zubi Ejiofor had the rebound on the defensive board on the other end. 5th most combined tournament wins by head coaches. And the crazy part is Ohio State could have had Coach Calipari, but they chose Diebler. They really could have had Coach Cal, man. That was like the freaking Buckeyes football team getting Urban Meyer. They could have had like Urban Meyer and Calipari on their, coaching their teams historically. They could have had freaking Calipari be the basketball team's version of Urban Meyer. But no, they wanted the interim guy. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back to St. John's. Zubi Ejiofor made 2 free throws. Here's Darling up top. Fires for 3. Ooh, way off. Rebound. Thrown down with authority. That's Ejiofor. Here's the inbound. Oh, watch out. Almost turns it over. Peterson going to bring it back. Gets it up court. Drive. Hook shot. Badunga's good. And here we go. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Up top. Gives it off. Nice pass inside. 3. Oh, way off. Oh my God, these threes are horrendous. Saves it somehow. And Kansas will take it up the floor. Here's Darren Peterson. And he lost the ball. He's looking for a whistle, and they do get it. Jayhawks and Mitchell each have 5 boards already. Wow. Fouls on Leotopoulos. That's literally, his name. Leotopoulos. Lefty. Call him Lefty. 21? Oh, I'm sorry, he's 31. Yeah, he's 31 Leo. Oh, Jackson comes out. Jamari McDowell comes in for Kansas. Number 11, McDowell. Pass to the corner. Badunga spins, comes up, misses, rebounded, tipped out of bounds, saved, goes to McDowell, who loses the ball. And I believe, over and back. Man, I thought they had something there. Badunga. Sounds like a freaking 1940s era freaking horn. Badunga. Bill Self, the coach for Kansas. There's Rick Pitino. That's going to piss me off now. The Buckeyes really could have had Coach Calipari coaching their team. Guy has one of the best pedigrees in terms of college ball in the country. But no, we prefer Jake Diebler. Why? I don't know. Oh well. That'd be like Ohio State saying no to Urban Meyer in favor of somebody else. Like, no, you can't do that. Here's the inbound, goes up top. I believe this is a Jayhawks. Yep. Nice pass inside, kicks it out. Little fake. Kicks back out. He lost the ball. And another over and back. My God, these guys are drunk. Holy crap. Sadiku Ibine, hey, yo, checks in for St. John's. What a name that is. Holy crap. Hey, yo. Oh, no, man. Come on, dude. What is going on here? Here's Council. Hey, yo. Oh, God. Up and under, and he missed it. Leo, lefty, took it. Lefty Leo. Topolis. Leo to Topopopoulos. Oh my God, what is going on with me right now? This is what happens. I spiral out of control. Holy crap. 23-20 with 4:22 to go here in the first half. Oh, Zuby with a block. Jackson will give it off. And he eats it out of bounds. Oh my God, are these teams drunk or something? What the hell going on here? Huh? The heck going on here? Why are we acting a fool out here, man? You gotta lock in. Yeah, Dylan Mitchell had checked out or came in. Yeah, he's in for Hopkins. Here comes Mitchell. Not Mitchell. That's what's his name? Oh my God. What is going on? McDowell. Okay, McDowell for Kansas. Here's McDowell. Passes it up top to Peterson. Screen. Peterson. 2 on the shot clock. 3 ball. Council. Missed it. Here comes the Red Storm. Goes up. Funky shot. Missed it. Brought down. Back comes the Kansas Jayhawks. Pull up. Peterson. Missed again. Jayhawks with the rebound. Keep an eye on Mitchell here. Or Mitchell. Drive. He got blocked. Rebounded. Hook shot is good. Dude, Mitchell cleaning up. He's got 5 boards. And Jayhawks has 7. 25-20. And right down the lane goes Council. Hold the defense snapping. Ajaya 4. Gives it off up top. I think that's Ayo. Oh, man. Here's Mitchell. Gives it off. Behind and stolen by Peterson. And then Mitchell fouls him. Mitchell was the only thing in the way of Peterson getting a breakaway dunk on that snatch up. Dude was going to shoot. He said, give me that. Snatched it right from him as he was shooting. Watch this. Said, give me that. He hit it right as he was shooting it, and the ball literally spun in the air. Foul was on Mitchell. Got a timeout. I don't know if they're going to review that for a flagrant or not. All right, yeah, we're having fun. This is what I got to do. This is what I got to do to make it fun. Got to get a little jokey in there. You know what I'm saying? Who do I think's going to win? Maybe Kansas. I'll say Kansas. But I believe I picked St. John's to win in my tournament. Bracket pick 'em. Oh, I got 8 people watching today. Let's get it. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. And let's hope that this game is as much of a banger as it's turned out to be. Although there has been a couple occasions so far today where this game looked like a bunch of drunk people playing basketball. My God. It's honestly hilarious, but it's like, man, if... Wow. So how about this? In hockey news, any CBJ win in New York tonight will mean the Blue Jackets finish the night second in the Metro after Carolina beat the Penguins 5-1. The Guardians selected the contract of Rhys Hoskins, so he'll be starting off on the 40-man roster, on the active roster. All the Blue Jackets need to do is beat the Islanders tonight, and they're in second in the Metro, which is crazy considering a few months ago they were last in the Metro, and they're possibly going to be second, which means that the playoffs started tomorrow. If they do win tonight, they would get a home playoff series. Which would also mean I think we face the Penguins. Now, the question is, if the Blue Jackets do make the Stanley Cup playoffs, that's going to be tough. Because I'm going to be doing Cavs basketball games, March Madness. Well, luckily, I think by that time, March Madness will be damn near over. If not, it'll be over fully. Yeah, it should be over fully by the time the NBA playoffs start, too. But I'm still going to have NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs possibly, and MLB. Oh. But the only games I'm for sure doing in the MLB, and this is a steal right off. I thought that was a freaking live play. There's a freaking replay. I hate when they do that. I thought it was a live play. I was like, hey, yo, they're jumping right into it. The only for sure games I'm doing in the MLB are the opening night game against the Seattle Mariners at 10 o'clock, because, of course. And then I'll be live for the home opener against the Cubs. Those are the only 2 games I am for sure doing, regardless of what else is going on. By that time, I don't think the NBA playoffs start yet. And same thing with the NHL playoffs. I'm going to try and do some Blue Jacket playoff games. Probably not every single one, but most of them. Some of them. For the Cavs, though, I'm doing every single playoff game. You know me. Except unless they play during the draft like last year. In which case, I'd have to pass, which sucked. But it worked out because the Cavs put BTA on the Heat in those 2 playoff games that I missed, I think. They whooped their ass. I'm sorry I'm swearing on camera. They whooped that ass. Oh, my God. Would have been done with the stream by halftime. I would have been like, you know what, guys, I'm done. Because they were smoking the Heat in their place. By the way, Ruben Prey made a 3 after Peterson made the free throws. Hansel gives it off. Dancing around with it. Here's Peterson in the corner. Almost turned it over. Oh, nice save. Oh, but he went. But I think as he went over, that was is that Tiller? That must have been Tiller. Yeah. That's White. Excuse me. That's White. Yeah. White. Because he was the first one to touch it after going out. You can't do that. Nice try, though. Nice try. Here's the Storm again. Up top. 3 ball. Got it. Nice 3. Kansas calls time. That was Josan Sanin for 3. 31-24 Storm. But yeah, when it comes down to playoff ball on this channel, it's about to turn up. I'm possibly going to have my basketball team in the playoffs, my hockey team in the playoffs. Wish I would have had freaking my college basketball team, but you know, they're mid. Team-wise, they're good. Coaching-wise, they stink. But yeah, it's mainly going to be, looks like NBA and hockey with a little bit of MLB mixed in. That'll make it fun. That'll be fun. About a minute to go in the first half. Jayhawks, Hopkins, Sellers, Prey, and Sanin for St. John's. How many sickos actually buy like tickets to every game for this, like in a site? Because you have, I think, what at most like 4 games at a site on a day, for the most part at the beginning. Here's Council. Raises inside for 2. Good way to get it out of the timeout. Get something going. Baseline underneath, up, and he missed it. Putback is good, but there's a foul. Foul's on Mbaya. Yeah, it's on Mbaya. Oh, yeah, Jayhawks. Not to mention the names on these freaking St. John's jerseys are microscopic, so I can't even see who they are. The numbers you can't barely make out. Their names are super tiny. Free throw is good. I know I've probably misidentified a player a couple times, but it's hard to identify guys sometimes on this thing. Second free throw for Jayhawks is good. The former Jayhawk. Craig Gardner, the inbound. Back comes the other way. Council! I missed it. Tip goes to the Storm. Keep an eye on Hopkins. Goes almost blocked. Jayhawks up and he's fouled again. Back to the line. Jayhawks almost has a double-double. Wow. Yeah, Prey is number 17. Free throw number 1 is off the front rim. No good. Foul was on Trey White. McDowell returns. Second free throw. Up and good. Splits the pair. And now we will see another change. The Jayhawks checks out. Another new face is for St. John's. Oh, it's Abina. Hey, yo! Checks back in. Hey, yo! Sadiku. There's a drive right to the rim. Up, and he missed it off the front of the rim. Damn, that's tough. Tough miss. Here's Hopkins. I think this is Hopkins. Can't really tell. Looks like it. Yeah. Dancing around. Drives. Goes right up and gets blocked from behind. It'll stay with St. John's. Damn. Peterson is ready to send that into the second row. Yeah, that was Hopkins that missed the layup. And now with J4 is back in. 8.5 to go. He's in for AO. Timeout. He lost the ball. Oh, no. Oh, that's brutal. He was going to inbound it, but he lost the ball as he was inbounding. That's tough. So they turn it over. Brainless turnover. Here's Kansas now. Bringing it up the other way. The lob. Oh, too much, and it's rebounded. And that's it for the first half. St. John's up by 8. Yeah, Marco Jackson just didn't pass the ball right and didn't even leave his hands, really. I mean, it barely got out of his hands. But it went out of bounds. Didn't even get it in bounds. So, that was an interesting first half, to say the least. You ready for Guardians baseball? Oh, of course. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. So, box score time for the Red Storm, who have had a pretty good game so far. Not shooting their best, but they are doing it. Of course, most of the credit goes to the big guy, Ejiofor. All right. I wonder who Rocha picked for their eliminator. I don't know. No idea. Come on, ESPN, load up. Damn it. What the hell are we doing here? Come on, man. What are we doing here? There we go. So, for St. John's, leading scorers, Zuby Ejiofor and Bryce Hopkins with 9. 4, I think that's for Mitchell. Damn thing refreshed on me. Oh my God. Damn. Mitchell with 4, 3 for Sellers, Darling has 0. Off the bench, 3 apiece for Prey, Sannon, and Jackson. Overall, 11 of 38 from the field, 29%, 7 of 23 from the 3 line, 30%, and 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 63%. 25 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 turnovers, 4 steals, 3 blocks, and 7 fouls. And then on the other end, for Kansas, only running with a really an 8-man rotation so far. 9 for Peterson, 6 from Council, 4 for Badunga. Tiller and White have not scored. They're a combined 0 for 3. Off the bench, 4 for Jackson and 3 for Mbaya. McDowell has not taken a shot. 10 of 29 from the field, 34%. 2 for 6 from 3. They've barely shot any threes. And those 2 makes were from Peterson at the very beginning of the game. And then 4 for 7 from the line, 57%. 23 boards, 3 assists, 9 turnovers, 1 steal, 4 blocks, and 8 fouls. So there you have it. By the way, St. John's, of course, won the Big East. 18-2 in the conference, 29-6 overall. Kansas, not a great year. 12-6 in the conference, 24-10 overall. So they went 12-4 out of conference. St. John's went 11-4 out of conference. Now it's time to see what old Twitter has got to be talking about. See what kind of propaganda the Twitter people are pushing right now. Propaganda. Yep, with a win tonight, the Blue Jackets are moving to second place of the Metro. As far as I can tell, this is the Guardians opening day roster, barring any other late moves. Quan, Kafis, Martinez, and DeLauder in the outfield. Hoskins, Ramirez, Rocchio, Arias, Manzardo, and Schneemann in the infield. Fry, Hedges, and Naylor at catcher. Starters would be Bybee, Williams, Ciccone, Cantillo, Messick. The relievers, Smith, Sabrowski, Festa, Pallett, who is a Rule 5, Armstrong, Brogdon, Heron, and probably Holderman, I'm guessing. The 8 reliever spot. Whether they replace Martinez with Fairchild, and why haven't they announced DeLauder officially? Well, you also got Valera, too. Valera will probably start off on the IL. I could see them, keeping Stewie around, Stuart Fairchild. And then when Valera's ready to go, they just, send him down or DFA him. Which would be very unfortunate because we like Valera. But he got hurt again. Yeah, man. Damn. The hell? Video going around from the women's March Madness tournament. Apparently, the Maryland coach was all up in the face of one of her players, and people are like freaking out, like, "Oh my god, she's being mean." It's like, no, she's not. If you read her lips, she's literally like hyping her up, gassing her up, like, "I believe in you," right? Pretty much, you need to do it for you. Make this your moment, something like that. She gives a little pat on the shoulder afterwards. I always heard people say that when a coach stops coaching you, that's a bad sign. Right? If they truly believe in what they see in you, they will coach you as hard as they possibly can to bring the best out of you. So yeah, when a coach stops really coaching you as a player, that's a bad sign. Bad sign. By the way, Reese Hoskins officially made the team. That's cool. Oh my god. Hi, Reese. Oh, hell no. Went to text the guys who played at Kentucky about this game and forgot they think they Arkansas alum now. They went to Calipari University. Nah. Oh, Shy, SGA, D-Book, and PJ Washington seeing that. Oh. And again, the Buckeyes could have had Coach Cal, too. And the thing is, people would be like, oh, but, what their roster look like? Well, they would have had Bruce. They would have had Mobley. They would have had probably a few others, maybe like one other guy. But They would have had Darius Acuff probably coming in, and they would have had whoever else would have followed Calipari over. You could say whoever followed him to Arkansas probably would have followed him to Ohio State. Most likely. Not gonna lie though. If we would have had John Mobley with Thornton and Acuff, oh God, that would have been nuts. But they wanted to stick with Diebler. Diebler. Jake Diebler. Mr. I don't know what I'm doing. A coach only speaks to you like this when they believe in you and want the best for you. Oh my God, she's all up in her face. Yeah, she's like, I want this for you. She's up in, getting it in your head. That's what you like in a coach. A lot of these players, they want to be coached hard because it drives them to be great, right? I believe in you, but you got to want this moment. Yeah. What the hell is this? What kind of surgery is this? Kathy Kelly reveals she had egg freezing retrieval surgery. What the hell? Egg freezing retrieval. What the hell? They going in and snatching her eggs from her. Okay, what? Hold up. Let me look at that. What? Oh, I see what they're doing. Minimally invasive surgical process under light anesthesia to collect matured eggs from the. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're taking her. Yeah, all right. They snatching her eggs to keep them for later. Okay. All right. I mean, technically, dudes kind of do that too, just a different way, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Technically, they can freeze both sides if you really think about it. They do it already, right? Yeah. I actually saw this freaking, what was it, on Twitter? It was like a post somewhere. There was an embryo that was frozen, right? From the 90s. The baby was just born like a few years ago. Technically, that baby's from the 90s, but it was just born. That's crazy. Technically, that person's like 30 years old, but in a baby body. That's crazy. Is it a 90s kid or no? It's the world's oldest it's the world's oldest baby. Oh my God. That baby will be having memories of freaking like the 90s, talking about the 90s and how awesome they was like, but you're like 40 years old. Yeah, I know. But I was, technically formed in the 90s. Yeah. That's that's actually crazy though. It's crazy what they can do these days with stuff like that, right? It's crazy what they can do with stuff like that. Yeah. The stuff I talk about during halftime. I'm just scrolling through Twitter and I just see someone having this surgery, I guess, called egg freezing retrieval. They went in and they said, I'll just take some of these eggs here, put them in a little canister thing, and then they take them into a ginormous freezer for later. Okay, then. Wow. Okay. All right, then. I have officially seen it all on Twitter. I have officially seen it all. That's funny. Oh my God. Kansas versus St. John's. Oh my God, it's a clip from Barstool. Dude's just jacking out these horrible shots. That's about right. Okay, what's this? Oh my. Chappelle Roan's bodyguard when you ask for a picture? Oh, damn. Oh my God. Wait, I need context on that. What the hell? I need context on that Chappelle Roan thing. Did her bodyguard like kick someone's ass or something? All because of a picture? Man, that's fun. That's just kind of messed up if you really think about it. All person wanted was a picture with her, and bodyguard probably choke slammed her to a table. Now that's all I'm seeing on here. Olivier Rue. Rue is 7'9". Oh my God. Look at how many donuts that is. Holy crap. Oh my God. Oh, oh. Really? So an 11-year-old girl, I guess, wanted a photo with Chappelle Roan, and her bodyguard freaking confronts the kid. Really? Are you, man? That's why a lot of people would be afraid to approach a freaking celebrity. Not the celebrity themselves, it's the bodyguards. And you got people that are walking around with no security at all. In fact, I saw a video of Derrick Rose walking around Chicago with no security, no bodyguard or anything. But I'm thinking, yeah, that makes sense. Because who the hell would touch Derrick Rose in Chicago? You would even put a finger on him, try to hurt him any way. The whole entire hood is after you. Everybody in the hood is after you. Every gang in O Block will unite for one night only to search you out and kick your ass. And pretty much. Literally, like you think I'm joking? No, it's not, I'm not joking. They would do that probably. You even put one finger on Derrick Rose, unless you're dapping him up, saying, "Man, you are a baller." And if you're trying to hurt him in any way, oh, the whole entire city of Chicago will look for you. They will freaking tie you up and probably beat you with sticks and other things. Yes, because I mean, he is like he's the king of Chicago, pretty much. Like LeBron James in Cleveland, I bet you probably the same thing could be said for that. But Derrick Rose in Chicago, that's something different. You got like Jack Black too. I've seen photos of him walking around with no bodyguard. It's like, who the hell would even try to hurt freaking Jack Black? Come on, man. Right? The only thing is, with no bodyguard, you get people harassing celebrities, and that's just no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Right? Gotta have at least, a roadie or something with you. I mean, yeah. I mean, you have like assistants with them. But what's your like little assistant gonna do with stopping a freaking enraged teenager who's pissed off because you won't sign her freaking, Funko Pop thing that she's gonna turn around and sell for like $100 on eBay? And that's another thing. I know I'm going on a rant right now. I've been to many meet and greets for like NFL players, like when the Browns would have this like thing at a discount drug mart store. They would have like players go there, and you could take a photo with them or get an autograph. I'd always go there and have them sign my jersey. I had a Joe Thomas jersey I got signed at one of those things. That's pretty cool. And you get these people that go there for the sole purpose of getting the autograph and then flipping it for money. They'll go and sell it. Right? It happens all the time too. Like people will be hanging out, out in front of team hotels. I think the worst is airports, especially when it comes to WWE wrestlers. That's the worst. People will hang out at airports, outside of hotels, seeking out these poor, tired, worn out wrestlers that are coming back from a show. They're trying to make their flight, and you got these autograph hounds, harassing them, talking about, can you sign this? Can you sign this? Can you sign this? Like they're following them. They will book a flight just to get to that freaking airport to get in, and they won't even go on the flight. That is what do for a freaking autograph, bro. freaking unserious. Oh. Brazilian footballer Jorginho Frelo, I guess his 11-year-old daughter, a big fan who had made a handmade sign saying, "I'm watching Chappelle Roan." Woke up excited that morning. Oh, wow. Yeah, Chappelle Roan, I mean, okay. Beefing with an 11-year-old? Yeah, I mean, that freaking bodyguard must have felt like a real badass. Yeah, man, look at me. I'm over here, getting in the face of an 11-year-old's family. Ooh, yeah. Didn't ask for a photo or anything. Just wanted to see if that was actually her at the table, I guess. But he got all in his feelings. That's tough. Kansas equipment. We could use more patches. Yeah, there's not enough patches on that jersey. Well, soon enough, they're gonna have a jersey, a sponsor patch somewhere. Now that's all I see is Chappelle Roan memes. Oh my god. Chappelle Roan when she sees a little girl. Chappelle Roan security when he sees a freaking little girl or anything like that, like a kid trying to ask for an autograph. It's a freaking wrestler throwing someone through a table. Oh my. Oh, that's dope looking. The dude did a flip on a freaking dirt bike and landed it. Well, ain't that dude a badass? Well, ain't you a badass, huh? But yeah, I'll be live in about almost an hour for the Crash Out Classic, UConn and UCLA. That game should be fun. All right, so we are getting ready for the start of the second half. All right, so that was a fun halftime. So it'll be Mitchell, Jayafor, Hopkins, Darling, and Sellers for St. John's. Badunga, Tiller, Council, White, and Peterson for Kansas. So White will inbound. Gives it off to Council. And the second half is underway from San Diego. Here's Peterson. Back to White. Gives it off. White missed it off the side. And it'll go out of bounds. Back to St. John's. Trey White. There's Darling up the floor. Darling goes to his right against Council. Pass, pull up two is in and out. Brought down by Council. Council kicks it out. Peterson goes inside. Badunga with the dunk. The Badunga dunk. Up top. Here's Hopkins. Darling. Hopkins. Threes. Go. Here's Peterson. Guarded by Hopkins. And JF4 over there to help. Darling. Here's Badunga. Peterson. Baseline. Pull up is in and out. Here's Hopkins. Darling. Hopkins. Left open. Threes. Too strong. Brought down by Council. Council. Over to Badunga. Council. Drives. Goes up and got it to go. There's Sellers. Hopkins. There's Sellers, number 4. Going on the baseline. Ball is missed by... And yeah, it's a Darling. Back the other way. 7-point lead. Drives up and he missed but a foul. Council draws the foul. Good hustle. Putting pressure on the defense in transition. Fouls on Isaiah Sellers. First free throw is good. 9 wins and trailing at the half since 2006 for Self. Most by any head coach. Definition of it ain't over yet. They had us in the first half, not going to lie. Free throws are good. 12 points for Hopkins. And Gia4 is 1 point and 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. Hopkins up top for Gia4. Here's Sellers. Up top for Gia4. Darling. Mitchell. Gia4 got to put it up. And it's a 24-second. Great defense by Badunga and company. Not letting anything happen. A completely empty possession. Not even a shot. He was ready to block it anyway. There was nothing there. Badunga was like ready to block it. And he went straight up. He didn't like lean into him either. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back anyway to St. John's. Ian Jackson's in for Darling. White just, oh, what the heck was Council doing? Here's the inbound up top. Jackson fires, airballed it. Ugly shot. Trey White had a bad pass on the inbound. Dino's like, are you serious, man? Come on. Killer the inbound. Gets it off. Here comes Peterson walking it up. One for 5.5 for St. John's, 2 for 4 for Kansas. Peterson drives underneath, kick out. White for 3 is a brick. A straight medicine ball. Badunga hustling for the ball, doesn't get to it. 3 guys are on the ground. Here comes the, oh, almost blocked by Tiller. Got the basket anyway. That's Jackson. Up top, here's Badunga. Fiore Badunga. And the ball gets kicked off the foot out of bounds back to St. John's. Guys tumbling all over the place trying to get that ball. Now we're starting to get into it now. You guys will notice when I get into a game, I lock in. I don't even bother with the chat. I don't even have OBS open on my computer right now. It's in the background. Here's a Geofor. Hopkins, jab steps against Tiller. Goes up. Missed it. Tiller with the rebound. He'll give it to Council. Council up the floor. He would have had a breakaway. He could have had a layup. But he'll give it off to Badunga. Here's Peterson. Peterson fires for three. Good for the potential #1 overall pick. I think wasn't he Mr. Ohio too in basketball? Or am I tripping? He was definitely up there. 12 points for Peterson. Hopkins. A Geofor goes up and got it. Almost too easy. A Geofor. Yeah. White to inbound. Looking. Gets it off to Peterson. Peterson walking it up. Goes to the right. Fires. And misses that one. Ugh. Had a good look. Sellers was on him. Rebound the other way. Kick it out. Up top. Jackson. Hey. This is where St. John's gets dangerous. They get on a run. They are very hard to beat. Here's Council, the lob, and Bidunga finishes. Not a dunk, just a little tip in. It was kind of awkward. Goes inside. A Geofor. Goes to the corner. Hopkins. A Geofor. Backing down. Hopkins. Threes. Good. (47-37). Here's Council. Drives. Kick out. Oh, he lost it. Back to St. John's. We're going to see this is Marco Jackson come in, and we got a timeout. St. John's, man, they are so good. Man. First time since 99 for St. John's. They're trying to go to the Sweet 16. Oh, so sweet. This is why they're so good. You know, they're 18-2 in the Big East, which the Big East isn't that great. But I got I thought Kansas was going to be able to win it, but I think St. John's is probably going to end up winning it now that I think about it. The way they're playing, I don't know if Kansas is going to be able to get back in this game. They need Darren Peterson to lock in. And they definitely could come back, but it's going to be tough. Got ourselves an entertaining game, though. That's all I ask for. I'm not asking for much. Just give me an entertaining game, and so far, that's what we've gotten. I'll be live right after this game for UCLA and UConn. That game is in Philadelphia. This game's in San Diego, as you see behind me. I've been relegated to the camera crew. It's like, oh, wow. It'd be like, so how's the game, fellas? What the camera's that? What camera's that, bro? Wait, where am I at? Here. Nope. Hey, buddy, what kind of camera's that? I'm joking around. Mm. I got if you guys have been watching my streams the last few months, I've been talking a lot, a painful amount about Stranger Things, right? Talk about the protagonists, right? All the kids. One person I got to give my flowers to, Jamie Campbell Bower. He played Vecna, and I tell you what, he was damn good at it too. Like he might have been one of the most vicious villains or antagonists I've seen in a show. Like, dang it. So Colin Baya has checked in for Kansas. And Marco Jackson also in. And let's see if we got anything else. Okay. Nothing new for St. John's, and there's a miss. Rebounded out of bounds. Back to St. John's. I'm going, no, it's to Kansas. 35-27 Tennessee over Virginia. They're late in the first half. But the thing about Jamie Campbell Bower is not only his acting was amazing, but the poor guy had to sit in a makeup chair for 8 hours while they did the Vecna stuff for him. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Sitting in a makeup chair for 8 hours? I mean, hey, I will say this though. It was a masterpiece for him. He was fantastic. And I loved the effects that they gave him too. Right? When you look at his skin, right? Because he has vines and everything, tentacles. It's like the sliminess of the freaking. It's like ugh. It's like you feel probably all feels like slime, ugh, and squishy, ugh. And then the best is right for season 5, they gave this guy armor, legit. He has spikes coming out of his shoulders. I'm like, oh, all right. Now he looks even more badass. The only thing I would have changed about season 5 when it comes to him is how they did the final battle. I've talked about it before, right? I've seen Naruto, I've seen Dragon Ball Z. I see how those anime shows how they do final boss battles. Those damn things ain't lasting no 15 freaking minutes. No, 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 no. They last a whole episode and a half at least. Any anime. You watch any anime, even Yu-Gi-Oh! I know it's a freaking card game. I watched it all the time when I was a kid. Their big boss battles that they would have, the main events. Those things weren't lasting 15 minutes. I think the longest one was literally 2 episodes, at least. Now, of course, they had other stuff going on, but the card battle, the showdown, lasted at least 2 episodes. He made it seem like a damn main event. Meanwhile, the Duffers had their boss battle last about 15 minutes. Okay. Interesting. Well, so we got a challenge going on here. And it looks like the Red Storm are charged with a timeout. Call was upheld. That's tough. That's tough. 15 for Hopkins. Oh, right there. Wow. So they're charged with a timeout. Kansas has the ball. They're on baseline. Jowdy got to inbound it. Gets it off to Council. Now it's spot 5-point lead for Tennessee. Wow. Council over to Mbaya. And we have a foul. It's a foul on St. John's away from the play. That's on Sellers. And it looks like he'll check out. Hey, yo, checks back in for St. John's. And yes, I'm going to say his name. Hey, yo. I love it. 10-point lead for St. John's. That's 3 fouls for Sellers. Here's Council. Mbaya to Peterson. Against Perkins. I'm saying Hopkins, I'm thinking Bryce Perkins. It's a baseball player, isn't it? Bryce Perkins. I think it's a baseball player. Bryce Hopkins. Oh, yeah, I got the draft room. That's in about an hour. Okay. For the MLB draft that I'm in. That'll be fun. Three is missed. Ends up in the hands of the Storm. Mitchell goes to the corner. Corner three is a brick. Jackson comes down with it. Jackson gets it off. Council. Drive. Into traffic. Baya tied up. Goes up. Draws a foul. Another thing about Stranger Things 2, I kind of wish they would have kept the dark tone from the earlier seasons in season 5. Make it so horror. Make it like maybe like a horror season, like season 4. But like keep the paranormal-ish side, mystery side. Half the damn season was them planning stuff. Like they were planning for the boss fight, and the boss fight was like 15 minutes. It was practically like a squash match, damn near. So Badunga's back in for Tiller. It was like a squash match, practically. It was like facing Bowser on easy mode. So it was rebounded by Mitchell. That's Sannon, I believe, right there in the bottom. Drives up and blocked. A whistle. Fouls on Mbaya. Two free throws coming up for Geofor. Bia with 4 fouls. 12:05 to go in the half. I'll be live in about an hour for the second game. Free throw missed and taken away by Peterson. Here's Peterson. Kicks it. Almost stolen. Got to go back and get it. Council. Got to set it up. Against Hopkins. Jackson. Drives. Kick it out. Nobody there. Turn it over again. 13 turnovers in itself is like, are you serious? Got another timeout. 11:39 to go. TV timeout. Oh, boy. All right, you know what? Be right back. I'm going to get me a bottle of water. Something different. Give me some water now. Nice, fresh, ice cold water. What are you waiting for? Water. Water. Mm. You know, you're not a WWE fan if you haven't tried to do the Triple H spit thing. I'm not going to do it here. So, it'd be kind of weird. So, yeah. Okay, so Ruben Prey checks in for us for St. John's. And then Bryson Tiller is back in for Kansas. And St. John just missed a freaking 20-footer. Yeah, let's just say freaking Kansas is running out of time to catch up. Can't be hanging out down by 10 all game. Got to start trying to chisel away. Mm-hmm. Also, gets it to Badunga. Sin. 3 is missed. Had a great look. Just couldn't finish it. Hopkins with the rebound. Goes right up and got it for 2 for Jackson. Here's Council. Council working inside. It's a Peterson. Peterson against Hopkins. Up and got it. Tough shot. Pray. Jackson. Pray. Jackson. Up top. Hopkins. Airballed it. Or bricked it. And we got a foul. Patino's practically on the court. Oh, nice job. Out of bounds. Wow. Full Rosario turns it over. Hopkins stole it. First time we're seeing Rosario in this game for Kansas. Drive up, almost blocked, puts it in. That's Mitchell. Darling is back in, by the way, for St. John's. McDowell to Badunga against Prey. Goes up, misses. Got his own miss. Fires it back inside, and it's taken away by St. John's. Here comes Darling up the floor. Goes inside. Prey. Darling. Goes inside. And good for 2. That's Mitchell. Timeout, Kansas. 54-40 Storm lead. Yep, Storm taking over now. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Peterson up top. Council. White back in the game. Goes inside. Badunga up and in for 2. This is when they really got to make a run. Oh, Anders leaves. So the wow, Islanders already scored, huh? Damn. Up top. Nice pass inside. Prey goes up. Foul and 1. Was he just like going, ah, right in the dude's face? Damn. Free throw is missed. We got another whistle. Last 3 tournaments, not really much success for Kansas, obviously, like I've mentioned. Yep. Council. Corner. 3. Boy. Trey White. No, I'm sorry. That's Rosario. That's Rosario. Down by 11 with 7:41 to go. Need to make a run now. Peterson all over Hopkins. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Perkins. Darling. Geofor up and good. Zuby has got 14? Man. Peterson is fouled and he goes into the front row area. Geofor just bullying these guys inside. All right. Foul on Darling, his first. Patrick Schulte has been called into camp after Roman Celentano has been withdrawn to avoid injury risk. Also, they get rid of they take away Celentano from FC Cincinnati. They're like, okay, no, we don't want you getting hurt, so they bring in Patrick Schulte. Okay, injury risk from sitting down. Illinois State beat Wake Forest in the NIT. Wow. Angels rotation to begin the season. Holy crap, this is stinky. Soriano, not bad. Kikuchi, trash. Detmers, meh. Jack Kokonowitz and Ryan Johnson. That's the Angels for you. Yep, that's the Angels. All right. All right. I don't know if Kansas is going to have enough to get back in this game. I really don't. I really don't. They can go on a run, but St. John's is just in control right now. 36% field from the field, 10 of 31 from three, 6 turnovers. The turnovers have destroyed Kansas today. Free throw missed. Yeah. Here comes Darling. He'll walk it up. 7 minutes to go in the game. I'll be live at about 8:30-ish for UCLA UConn. Could be later depending on what happens in the game prior. Hopkins drives, kicks it out, wide open, 3, missed. And Prey goes down. They let it go. Back the other way. Here's kick out. 3 for Council. Good. Can't really rely on Peterson to go hero ball. You got to have everyone else show up too. Peterson can do his thing, but you need the others to show up. Because you know, if he starts cooking, then they're just going to crowd him, force the others to beat him. But you also got to get stops too. Darling! Bricked it. Got blocked. And here comes the Jayhawks. Goes up and he missed it, but a foul called. Peterson to the line for 2 more. They're going to credit Peterson with the block on that shot, by the way. Foul on Bryce Hopkins. His second. Free throw good. We're going to see substitutions for St. John's. Prey will check out. Looks like Sellers, I believe, is back in. Yeah, Darling and Prey are out. Mitchell back in with Ian Jackson. So Mitchell, the GO4, Hopkins, Sandin, and Jackson for St. John's. Makes the free throw, by the way. It's an 8-point lead. GO4. Edge-4. Jackson up top against White. Goes up, and he missed it off the front rim. And then there's Peterson, races to the ball. Peterson calls off. Goes for a mano-a-mano against Edge-4. Drive. Goes up. 1. Chance to cut it to a 5-point lead. So he calls out, like, no, I'm going solo with this boy. I'm going solo. Mano-a-mano. Calls off any like screen. He's like, no, I got this. I mean, they have to make a run now, obviously. I mean, they have 5 minutes. You don't want to jump the gun too hard because then freaking St. John's could respond easily. The only other game going on at the moment is Tennessee, Virginia. 14:23 to go in the first up there. It's 12-11 Tennessee. Well, I think that game's actually a lot deeper into the. I don't think that scoreboard's on working right. So it's Peterson looking for another and one. Oh yeah, it's 36-31 at halftime. I don't know why that scoreboard says first quarter. Florida and Iowa are also underway. Yeah, this scoreboard up top on ESPN, they ain't working for the other scores. 5:14 to go. 5-point lead. Oh, Harlan's getting lit. You know that. You know how the game's getting close when he starts getting that tone in his voice. Kick out. Oh, watch out. Don't step out of bounds. 9 on the shot clock. Underneath. Goes up and he's blocked. They did not call a foul. Edge of 4. Goes up and got it. That snapped an 8-0 run for Kansas. Here's Peterson. Peterson lost the ball. Edge of 4 took it away. Jackson. Oh, he lost the ball out of bounds. Going ISO. Counsel with the block. So here's the Storm with it. Up top. Mitchell calling it off. Gives it off Ejiofor against Badunga. Goes up and got it. Oh, he's owning this fool, man. Yeah, he's got 20. 4:11 to go. Council. Goes up and got it. Oh, right at Ejiofor. Right at him. All right, back comes the Storm. Mitchell gives it off. Ejiofor. Jackson. Mitchell. Lost it out of bounds. It'll go to the Jayhawks. Oh, no, timeout. Off of St. John's. I believe that'll be a Hawk ball. Timeout. They're going to credit Fiore Bidunga with the steal. Have ourselves a good one at the end here, I feel like. Oh boy. We are soup. We are so up. I get it. We are soup. 86 degrees in Columbus, 45 in Cleveland. Hello, spring. DeLauder barrels anything in his swing path. Exit velo is absurd. Damn right. Damn right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Again, the winner of this game faces Duke. Adidas really ain't let us witness Darren at OSU. They should have had King James talk to him. Oh, look at this. Caleb McLaughlin will be in Paris this coming weekend to attend the Stranger Things fan meet at People Convention. PeopleCon. Damn. That's dope. How about this? Spider-Man No Way Home, seemingly coming to Disney Plus on April 15th. Well, ain't that just dope? That's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. So I'll be live in about an hour for the next game. And again, that depends on what happens in the other games, which I'm pretty sure there's another game going on with UCLA UConn. Same spot, I think. Aiden Durkak, former Providence signee, is committed to Dayton. Okay. All right. Here's Council. Down 7. Time leading. Kansas led for 38 seconds. Council kicks it out. White underneath goes up and in for 2. Nice reversal. Sexy shot. 3:12 to go. You know, 2 games going on with this one. And there's a near steal. It was tipped. They're going to say, oh, is it off the hand or something? Got a turnover. That's tough. Kansas can cut this to a possession lead. Oh, yeah, it was off his leg. That's a turnover. Yeah, it was his leg. Here comes Kansas, down by 5. 14 was the biggest lead for St. John's. For anybody, I think, in this game. Council. Peterson. 3. Oh, it's too strong. Pounded. Back is good. Oh, look at this. Rosario. Dude barely, he hasn't played at all in this game. Comes in and gets a big basket, cuts the lead to 3. You know, St. John's is feeling that pressure now. Here's Jackson. Trying to slam the door on Kansas. Hey, Badungo. God. Damn. Chance to tie it or goes up. Nope. Badungo lost it. And we got a, oh, there goes to Kansas. Peterson. Step put back good, though. Oh, my God. 1 point lead with less than 2 minutes to go. Timeout, St. John's. Wow. Okay. So now we got ourselves a banger. First game of mine of the day, and I'm already streaming a banger. It's such a banger. My dog had to come in and see what's up. My dog had to come in and see what it's all about. And I guarantee you, I get any louder, that dog's gonna get up and walk out of here. He looks at me with his big ass eyes, like, "Hey, what you doing, man? Huh?" Oh man, that's funny. If you're enjoying this stream, though, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'll be live in about an hour for UCLA UConn. Kansas band getting with it. It's a 35-28 second half for the Jayhawks, down 1 with 1:56 to go. And yes, I will be live. I will stay live if this goes to OT. Obviously, I got over an hour before UCLA UConn. I thought Peterson was going to bury that shot. Rosario with the rebound, putback. And then Badunga with the Badunga block. And then again, the cleanup on the other end for Badunga. 8-0 run, the last 2:10. 1 timeout left for Kansas. 2 fouls and 1 challenge. So I believe this means, yeah, Kansas is in the bonus plus. So if they are fouled, that's 2 shots. And how about only 2 fouls committed by Kansas? They have been playing a clean brand of ball. So Dylan Darling is back in for the Storm. That's the only substitution. Up 1. 16-4 run in the last near 5 minutes. Darling. Here's Ejiofor. I'm sorry, no, this is damn it, Hopkins. This Ejiofor. 3 ball. Good. Oh, damn, Hopkins. Damn. Ugh. God. Wow. Here's Council. Navigating. Kicks it out. White. Drive. Goes up, and he airballed it. Saved, put back, good. 2-point lead, though. Less than a minute to go. They're going to trap him now. Edge of 4. Racing up the other end. It's just him versus Badunga. Here's Darling up top. Darling got counsel on him. Be careful here. Gets a screen. Drives. Goes to the corner. Back up top. 3! Oh, he missed it. Rebounded by counsel. They're racing up the floor. And are they going to call timeout here? No, they're going to set up. 25 seconds to go. Call timeout. 24.4 to go. Chance to tie or take the lead here. Oh my gosh. This went from blowout to holy crap, this is stressful in like 2 seconds. I love it. I love it. What was that scene from The Punisher? I liked it. Hell, I loved it. When he was in court, John Bernthal was at the stand or whatever, and he was like, I liked it. Hell, I loved it. That's me right here watching this game. I love it. I gotta throw this real quick. I loved it. There's some nervous St. John's fans now. No timeouts for either side. Kansas does have a challenge, and possession would go to Kansas if there was a jump ball. Oh, no, it would go to St. John's. It's Kansas ball. That's okay. Makes sense. All right. So, of course, this game turns out to be an absolute, like, banger when it was all St. John's for, like, 95% of this game. But that's the way Kansas is, man. You know, they got some clutch in them. Who's going to get the ball here? Are they going to try to go to Peterson? Goes to the backcourt. Council going to give it off to Peterson. 20 on the clock. There's 1 second difference between shot and game clock here. Peterson drives baseline. Goes up. Missed it, but a foul. They can tie it at the line right here. Oh boy, here we go. Problem is, if you make both and you tie this game, you're giving St. John's 13 seconds with no timeouts to beat you. Fouls on Sellers. His 4th. Free throws. First one. Good. Hey, I would love overtime, not going to lie. One more coming up here. He's got 82% from the free throw line. 7 of 9 tonight, 20 points. Free throw number 2. Good. We are tied at 65. 14 seconds. Quick foul. I guess it's like a foul to give. They're not even close to being in the bonus yet. They're not even close to being in the bonus yet. They have 3 fouls. What are they doing? His mom's like, I'm out of here. He's about to get loud as hell. Here's the inbound. That was weird. All right. Why are we all of a sudden fouling like crazy? You want them in the bonus? You want them at the free throw line? This is an interesting strategy. Instead of playing defense, let's force them to go to the free throw line. $6.8 to go. They're going to foul again, aren't they? Oh, are they doing this to prevent? Oh, that's probably to eat up clock. That's what they're doing. Problem is, they're probably going to, like, literally, you're not giving yourself any chance. Well, yeah, that's probably what they're doing. They have 6 fouls. This is an interesting strategy. 3.9 to go. And St. John's wins on a walk-off. Oh, my God. All that fouling for that. Oh, good job, Kansas. You guys are so funny. They walk down the freaking court. Foul, 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 foul. They get walked off on a buzzer beater. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough, man. All that fouling you did, and you get walked down the court. Darling just runs right past, avoids the potential block, and buries the easy walk-off layup. And St. John's is advancing to the Sweet 16. That was an interesting strategy. Foul, 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 foul. I don't know what the heck that strategy was. You just let Darling go right on past you. Wow. All right, so that's how this ends. That's tough, man. That's tough. That's a tough way to lose. Fought all the way back, tie the game, lose on a freaking buzzer beater. That's tragic. So for the Red Storm, 18 apiece for Ejiofor and Hopkins. And then 8 for Mitchell, 3 for Sellers, 2 for Darling. Off the bench, 10 points for Jackson, 5 for Prey, and 3 for Sanet. Overall, 25 of 69 from the field, 36%. 11 of 35 from 3, 31%. And 6 of 11 from the line, 55%. 36 rebounds, 12 assists, 8 turnovers, 7 steals, 3 blocks, and 17 fouls. Yeah, he got it off way in time. 17 fouls, yep. And then for Kansas in the loss, 21 for Peterson, 15 for Council, 12 for Badunga, 4 for White. Taylor did not score. Off the bench, 5 for Rosario, and 4 apiece for Jackson and Mbaya. And then 24 of 44 from the field, 44%. 5 of 14 from 3, 36%. And 12 of 17 from the line, 71%. Mostly from Darren Peterson. 44 rebounds, 9 assists, 16 turnovers. Eey. Can't bury yourself in a hole like that and expect to win a lot of games. But they almost did. 3 steals, 9 blocks, and 14 fouls for Kansas. So, with that, St. John's will move on to face Duke, and Darren Peterson will now prepare for the NBA draft. So, the next time we see Darren will most likely be in the NBA. Now, Ejiofor, Hopkins, and company, they're going to have their hands full dealing with Cam Boozer and Gongba and all them over in Duke. But that should be a good game. Should be a fun one. So again, I will be live in about an hour for, well, maybe less than an hour, maybe like 40-ish minutes for UCLA UConn. So hope to see you guys for that one. And hopefully that game is as lit as this one is. Or this one was. Because, man, this game was fun. It wasn't fun for a while there. It seemed like St. John's was pulling away. But then, of course, Kansas came back. Now, is this the last game of Bill Self's career? We'll see. So with that being said, shout out to everybody who came through. Fred, Zach, Jacob Frederick, and Anthony. And I hope to see you guys in about an hour for UConn and UCLA. Or as I call it, the Crash Out Classic, because those two coaches, Mick Cronin, Dan Hurley, they're a referee's worst nightmare. Something goes wrong for their team, a foul goes against them that they don't like, you might be seeing a lot of ding, and you might even see a out of here. get him tossed. And again, remember, I said this yesterday. If one of those coaches gets tossed, I will gift 5 memberships. Yeah. So with that being said, I will see you all in about an hour. Until then, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go. Well, Buckeyes, I guess. What a game. Great game. Great ending. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See you guys tonight. Yeah.